My beloved child, before you scroll past this message, please stop. There are some things in life that you can afford to ignore, like missed calls, messages, or deadlines, but this is not one of them. Even as you read these words, I can see the silent battles you've been fighting, the weight you carry, and the moments of exhaustion when you whisper, "I can't do this anymore." You've tried so hard to handle everything alone, to figure things out on your own, to put on a strong front while your heart quietly breaks. But I never intended for you to. I am sending you a helper, a guide, a comforter, and a source of strength beyond your imagination because I know how exhausted you are from the world. I have heard the cries you have never spoken aloud, and I have seen how the world has worn you out. If you choose to ignore this message, you are choosing to walk a road more difficult than it needs to be. Listen, my dear child. Open your heart. Declare your desire for my abundant grace and say with faith, "Yes, I need." And watch as my love pours into your life. I have seen your struggles, your cries, and your silent pain. I know the battles you have faced alone, feeling overwhelmed, isolated, and uncertain. You have whispered in solitude, cried out in anguish, and wondered if anyone truly understands or cares. Today, I am sending you a helper. Ignoring this message is at your own risk. I am sending this helper to give you clarity when confusion clouds your thinking, courage when fear takes hold of your heart, peace when anxiety tries to overwhelm you, and joy when sorrow tries to overshadow your spirit. Understanding the seriousness, urgency, and profound importance of what I'm communicating to you right now requires your full attention. I'm aware of how exhausted you are. Rejecting this help will cost you dearly. The enemy wants nothing more than for you to remain alone, confused, and vulnerable. So, I have sent this helper specifically to shield you, guard you, and lift the burdens you were never meant to bear alone. Your helper is your counselor, advocate, protector, strength, teacher, and closest companion. He will lead you triumphantly into my promises, dear child. If this message has been a testament to your love, tap the like button and maintain your faith. Life was never meant to be lived alone, but I see you carrying burdens on your own, disguising your pain behind a smile, and deceiving yourself into thinking you're okay when you're not. However, let me remind you of something. I created you to rely on me. I formed you so that you would never have to face life's challenges alone, which is why I am sending you this message. Help. Not just any help, but a divine helper who knows exactly what you need, even when you don't. This helper is not a stranger. It is my spirit. It is the presence that surrounds you when you feel completely alone, the voice that whispers hope in despair, the peace that calms storms, and the presence that never leaves your side. My dear one, my spirit has never been far from you. Even in times when you felt alone, he was there, helping you survive things you never thought you would. He was supporting you when you felt calm in the midst of chaos, speaking to your heart, and carrying you through the days you thought would break you. However, I want you to know him better now, not just as a distant presence, but as an active force in your life. When you welcome my spirit, you will feel power beyond your own strength in your weakness, clarity in your confusion, and comfort in your pain, my child. Ignoring this message means you will continue to struggle needlessly and will have to face storms without armor. If you choose to ignore this message, life will go on, but it will be more difficult than necessary. My heart hurts thinking of you. I did not create you for exhaustion, fear, or persistent striving. Rather, I created you for peace, joy, and divine guidance. What will you do? Will you keep moving forward on your own strength, acting like you have everything figured out, or will you stop and let me do what only I can do? You don't have to struggle alone when help has already been sent. If you're ready to stop walking alone, all you have to do is invite my spirit in. It's not difficult. You don't need to be perfect or fix yourself first. You just need to say, God, I welcome your spirit into my life. Help me, guide me, strengthen me where I have none. I'll take care of the rest. My spirit will move in ways you can't even imagine, and you'll begin to feel at peace in situations that once overwhelmed you. My dear child, if this message has reached you, it is not by accident. I am speaking to you as a loving reminder that I am in control. Your super thanks is more than an offering. It is a step of faith, a seed. You will experience strength beyond your own, and you only need to say yes to the help that is already reaching for you. I am calling you by name. I see the weight you carry and the questions in your heart, and I'm working everything for your good. I applaud your perseverance, but don't stop here. Think about what you've read. Pray, and ask me to show you any barriers or justifications that might stand in your way. The next step is up to you. Will you accept my helper, or will you disregard this as just words? Remember, I don't say this to scare you. I want nothing less than your total freedom and fulfillment in me, which is why I've spoken so openly. Therefore, my dear child, take my hand and confidently enter this new chapter, ready to meet the helper I am sending with an open heart, eager to receive my blessings. Know that as you submit to my plans, you enter a realm where miracles are commonplace and hope is never lost. I will always be with you, so when you feel weak, lean on me for guidance. This is your moment. Take advantage of it and see what my mighty hand can accomplish in your life. I am your Creator, the one who gave you life, and I am calling upon you now with a message of great importance. It is woven with threads of eternal purpose for your existence. Give me your heart and mind completely, because what I am about to impart will weigh more than the passing of this world. It is a cornerstone for the life I have crafted for you. Receive these words not hesitantly, but with deep and unshakable trust in my unending love. When you put your trust in me, I become your vigilant guardian, illuminating your path and ensuring a future in accordance with my perfect will. As the year 2025 dawns on the horizon, cling to this truth. I am the sovereign of time and fate. You rest proudly in my embrace, boldly affirming that my guidance is the impenetrable fortress, protecting you against every storm, no matter how fierce or foreboding it may seem. If my voice has spoken to your spirit today, let your heart respond in faith. Press that like button as a sign of your love. Trust me, even when my vision is hidden, my plans for you are carefully crafted into a masterpiece of divine intention. My ways are a mystery too great for human comprehension, but I am very close to you. Open your soul to hear me, for I am your constant companion, guiding and sheltering you through every chapter of the future. I put elements in your life, whether they are temporary or permanent, that help you move forward. For example, the Israelites' hosts in Egypt provided temporary shelter, but they did not fulfill my promise when the time came. Instead, I raised Moses to lead them out, transforming enemies into footnotes of my deliverance. Similarly, there are elements in your life that temporarily support or shake you, but their departure signals my larger plan. I hope you find courage and solace in these. I'm calling you closer to hear the truths that will uplift and restore you. Don't miss what I have prepared for you. Subscribe and receive my boundless grace and wisdom. My beloved child, know that every trial you face is a thread in the intricate tapestry of your life, woven with purpose and care. Just as a storm can uproot weak foundations only to clear the way for stronger growth, trust in the course I have charted for your soul. Beloved, my love for you is unshakable, and my words will offer you peace. You may find yourself in the shadows of broken trust, betrayed by those you held dear, or tested by circumstances that seem unfair. But do not lose faith. I am reshaping these jagged edges into a beacon of hope that will save countless lives in times of desperation. People will come across your path, each carrying a part in my divine design. Some will come as gentle guides, their wisdom lighting your way, while others may appear as thorns, their envy or opposition pushing you closer to me. Think about the person who challenges you the most. Their resistance may sting, but it is through their friction that your spirit is refined, your reliance on me deepened. Like a blade sharpened by stone, you emerge sharper and truer to the person I crafted you to be. Even those who wound you unwittingly act as tools in my hands, building resilience and bringing you closer to my heart. When someone leaves, it's not always a sign of rejection. Rather, it's my gentle way of making room for new relationships, a renewed sense of purpose, and abundant grace. Imagine a time of loss when the pain of absence leaves you feeling raw and alone. As time passes, a new soul enters your story, someone whose words bring meaning and comfort. When a door closes or a bond fades, it is not abandonment. Rather, it is preparation for what lies ahead. I am aligning every detail with precision and love. Release what I have asked you to surrender. What was torn, what felt like a final curtain, was simply the opening of a new act, a chapter full of restoration and promise. I am the author of all creation, and nothing in your life is haphazard. Every encounter, every feast, and every silent tear is a stroke of my brush on the canvas of your existence. Child, holding on to what I have taken away is like grasping a thorn. The more tightly you hold it, the more it pierces. Letting go does not mean defeat. Trust in my timing, which is flawless and unfailing. Those who enter your life, even for a short time, teach you lessons. Some teach you the shape of love by demonstrating its absence, highlighting its beauty when it eventually arrives in fullness. Others test your spirit, tempering it like steel in a forge, preparing you for the weight of the calling I have placed upon you. Even those who cause you pain are threads in my design. When you forgive those who have wronged you, you free yourself from the bonds of resentment and move freely into the future. I have modeled this grace, forgiving even in the face of betrayal, so that you might find peace in following my lead. Know that I am your constant. When people change, when seasons shift, when the ground trembles, I remain steadfast. The plan is shaping you into the vessel I envisioned. When you feel abandoned, hear my whisper. I will never abandon you. My love for you is unending, like a river that never runs dry. My plans for you are woven with hope. When a new face enters your life, stop and look for my voice. When something escapes your grasp, rest in my embrace. Nothing, no matter how much you try, can take you away from me. Your story is being guided by faith in a Creator who knows every detail of you. I am not done with you. I am nurturing what I started, taking care of your heart with tenderness. Invite me into the dark corners where doubt lingers and pain festers. I will guide you, not only in what you say, but also in how you feel, aligning your soul with my joy, peace, and intent. I live inside you, mending what is broken, reclaiming what was lost, and preparing you for a life full of purpose. Seek me with everything you have, and I will light your path. You are not alone because I am your eternal companion, enduring beyond time itself. Rest in my peace and have faith in my love. You are not fighting alone. Beyond what your eyes can see, powerful forces surround you. One to support you, one to refine you, one to shield you, and one to propel you forward. I have given you resilience, wisdom, and an unbreakable spirit. Your battles extend beyond the tangible into the invisible realm where the enemy tries to sow seeds of doubt. You are not alone in this struggle. All the tools you need to triumph are already in your possession. My words are your anchor, keeping you steady in the tides of life. They are not empty promises but living truths, your refuge, your strength, and the very air that fills your lungs, reminding you of the depth of my love. There will be times when you stand on a precipice, looking into the vast unknown. Fear may whisper that you should turn back and cling to what you know. However, you were not meant to cower. You were asked to have the courage to venture into the unknown and trust that the road will rise to meet you as you walk. You don't need to see the entire map. Just have faith that I, your guide, know every turn. That faith is your shield against the storms that batter your soul. You have the power to change the tide by opening your heart, lending a helping hand, or just being present. By doing so, you become a living example that no one is truly alone. You are a conduit of kindness and compassion, bringing hope into bleak situations. Your presence in this world is not an accident. Every circumstance, relationship, trial, and joy has been woven with purpose. You are here with intention, stepping into a role only you can fulfill. I have poured my grace upon you, beloved, and I want you to share this message with anyone who needs a reminder of my endless love. This journey will take you through shadowed valleys and sunlit peaks, across spent deserts and verdant oases. But every twist and turn is shaping you into the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. Trust the process, embrace the lessons, and walk boldly into your destiny. Every choice you make, every action you take, and every word you speak into the world has significance that you might never really understand. Your story isn't set in stone. Rather, it's a living, breathing creation shaped by the universe. To thrive here, you must embrace the wild beauty of risk. Life doesn't bow to predictability. It thrives in the unexpected, blooming in the cracks of overturned plans. Stay flexible, not stubborn, and be ready to pivot, to explore uncharted paths, to welcome the detours that lead to wonder. You don't need a perfect map or a perfect vision to start. All you need is the willingness to let your inner compass guide you. Your life unfolds with intention, and every twist and turn is a deliberate stroke in a masterpiece. The decisions you dare to make, the adventures you pursue, and the mysteries you lean into are not a void to dread. Rather, they're a canvas of possibility, a cradle for growth, and a playground where wisdom takes root. You are being pulled toward a horizon of peace and purpose, a place where your soul finds its true home within you. There burns a strength you haven't yet measured, a bravery that surpasses your doubts, and a worth that no shadow can take away from you. You have the ability to ignite change, leave your mark on the world, and create a legacy of light. Don't limit yourself by fear or hesitation. Instead, live freely, love fiercely, and give with an open heart. You are an indispensable spark within the universe. You are a trailblazer, a pillar, and a voice for those who need it. The road ahead may wind through shadows and trials, but it also glimmers with promise and joy to savor. Open your hand and step into the person you were always meant to be. This is just the beginning of your odyssey, a threshold to countless chapters yet unwritten. The future is not a specter to be feared, but rather an invitation to embrace, arms wide, heart ablaze with hope, spirit primed to ascend. The world is spinning faster and faster, a whirlwind of opportunity and upheaval swirling around you. Distractions will vie for your attention, pulling you away from what is true and eternal. This life is yours to cherish, a gift to unwrap with every soul you meet, every place you touch, and every sunrise, offering a blank page, a chance to craft a tale that radiates your unique brilliance. Let your little one be a messenger of my truth. Share this with 3 people who need my strength, and I will lift them up in my embrace. You possess a unique clarity that allows you to see past the surface, pierce the fog, and find the steady pulse of meaning beneath. This journey isn't just yours. It's a legacy of love and impact you're building with every breath. You're here not just to drift through days, but to ignite, to reflect a goodness that resonates far beyond your reach. Stay vigilant. Guard your spirit, your thoughts, and your essence. Sort through the noise with care. These are the crucibles that forge you, revealing a resilience you didn't know you possessed and bathing you in quiet grace. You weren't made to linger in ease forever. Instead, you're called to venture into the wild, to wrestle with challenges, in order to expand into a version of yourself that you haven't yet met. Every decision you make and every syllable you utter holds the seeds of inspiration, the power to lift, and the ability to transform. There will be seasons of trial, moments when you're stretched beyond what you thought you could handle. When sight fails, your inner flame becomes your lantern, leading you through the gloom to solid ground. That flame isn't yours to hoard. It's a gift for those stumbling in darkness, a signal that hope endures even when all seems lost. Don't dim it. Let it burn fiercely. Sometimes the road will disappear into mist, leaving you to fumble for the next step. But in those hours, move with faith, not in what's visible, but in what's promised. You're never left behind in the haze. Unapologetically shine because your glow is sorely needed. Eyes are on you, some seeking comfort, others looking for strength, all desperate to know they are not alone. As you continue forward, know that your essence isn't tied to your hardships or defined by your mistakes. You are a wellspring of power, a soul with a purpose that transcends circumstance. Your value isn't a reward to be earned. Rather, it's a truth woven into your being, validated by the love that surrounds you and the calling that drives you. Fear is a mirage, a hollow specter that crumbles when you stare it down. Confront it, name it, and watch it dissolve. You are not its captive. You are a force of freedom, daring, and unshakable resolve. Voices may rise to undermine you, whispering that you are too small, too flawed, and too late to matter. These are clever traps meant to keep you from your truth. Silence them. You are enough, right now, just as you are. Your existence isn't a coincidence. Rather, it's a unique opportunity to travel through realms you've never imagined. These experiences will challenge you, stretch you, and mold you into something extraordinary. Even the scars they leave are signs of beauty, evidence of a life fiercely lived. You're being transformed into a stronger, more radiant soul by every adversity. You are a crucial note in a symphony still being composed, a player in a story that's still unfolding. Everything is different, and everything is possible because of you. Keep moving forward with the assurance that you are surrounded by a love so deep and unwavering that it defies explanation. This love doesn't change with your accomplishments or falter with your failures. It isn't connected to the accolades you receive, the objectives you achieve, or the perception others have of you. Rather, it is a constant, timeless force, an anchor. It remains your unwavering bedrock, supporting you in safety, bolstering your courage, and infusing you with resilience. You have been entrusted with extraordinary gifts, talents, and abilities that are uniquely yours, woven into the fabric of who you are. These are not meant to be hidden away in doubt or fear, but rather to be unfurled boldly, shared liberally, and used to illuminate the lives of others. The road ahead is long and winding, through sunlit peaks and shadowed valleys, but you are not traveling it alone. You are supported by the wisdom and echoes of those who have gone before you. Over time, you will be joined by those who stand beside you. Their presence will serve as a steadying hand, and you are paving the way for those who have not yet arrived. You are part of a community bound by shared dreams, enduring love, and a collective calling. Lean into this fellowship. Allow it to uplift you and others as you rise, because the greatest heights are reached together. This is not a call to flawless perfection, but rather an invitation to live with raw honesty, fearless bravery, and an open heart to the wonders and wounds of the world. Pause here. Be still. These words are not tossed to the wind. They are a gift with your name engraved on them. You are extraordinary, and my care for you runs deeper than oceans. You are deeply and truly cared for. You may wonder how I could hold you in such regard when you are flawed. I see every crack and mishap, and my concern for you doesn't waver. Put aside the destructive stories you've told yourself. Embrace the fact that you are valued and held. Carry that knowledge like a flame in your chest, and know that I am proud of you, not for what you have accomplished, but for who you are. You are seen, known, and treasured beyond measure. When the world becomes too heavy, know that you are not alone. You are loved. You are enough. And you are here for a reason. And I comprehend you in a manner that cannot be explained. When you're struggling with seemingly endless hardships, I'm there, steady and close. When grief crushes against your breast, beyond the horizon, I stand by your side without wavering, even when you cry in the stillness of your solitude. I feel the weight of your burdens, and I hold the memories of the person you are. I walk with the person you are becoming, and I guide the person you are becoming. Every aspect of your journey matters to me. Even when you feel like a shadow lost in the crowd, you are never out of my sight, because I have etched you into my awareness, a constant presence in my thoughts, marked by a love that never fades. I have placed this mission in your heart, my love. Share this video with 3 souls in need, and I will bless them beyond measure. I allow you to experience all the highs and lows that you encounter, as well as the frustrations that shape you in between. You are never alone because I surround you, guide you, and stay by your side through every turn. When loneliness creeps in, raise your eyes and move through this life with the quiet assurance that you are known and loved beyond measure. You are unique and irreplaceable, and my care for you remains constant throughout every chapter of your story. Pay close attention now, because your existence isn't a chance game of the dice in a random universe. Rather, it was intentional, and your life was pulsing with purpose long before time started to tick. I purposefully used loving hands to mold every nuance of you, including your ideas, peculiarities, and innermost desires. You're not a mistake or an afterthought. If you've ever questioned why I created you, it's because you're a masterpiece with a role that no one else can play. You're not too loud, too quiet, too damaged, or too much. What role do I play in all of this? Here's your response. I have given you a spirit and gifts that no other soul can match. Your value is determined by the purpose I have given you, not by the standards of the outside world. I have laid out a road for you to follow, one that is uniquely yours, and a legacy of impact that only you could leave. It's not about big gestures or flawless execution, but about letting your life happen and showing up with heart and constancy. Let kindness and hope ripple outward as evidence of your purpose. Your purpose isn't a scorecard of wins. Rather, it's a calling to reflect the compassion and strength I have placed within you, to be a light that pierces the dark for others. You may have experienced days of rejection when you felt lessened, when comparisons cut deep. But hear me now. Nothing can dim the way I see you. No slip, detour, or fracture in your past can rewrite the care I have mapped out for you. Raise your chin, because I hold you dear as a living echo of grace and possibilities. Take a deep breath, step back from the never-ending grind, and let this sink in. My care for you isn't a reward you have to earn with trophies or victories. Square your shoulders and walk boldly along the road I have laid before you. This breath is yours to claim, and I am guiding every step, even when the path ahead blurs. Trust the hands that lead you. Your alpha is not tipping the scale or conducting a transaction. I cared for you before you even knew to reach for me during your first fragile days. The world may measure value in performance or perfection, but I don't follow those rules. My regard for you is a gift that is given freely, with no conditions attached. You don't need to work hard for it, polish yourself to earn it, or prove your worth to claim it. You are enough right now, just the way you are, flaws and all. Through your devastating falls and your soaring highs, I've been there for you through it all, unfazed by your doubts or your stumbles. You're not defined by the voices that criticize you or the mistakes that haunt you. My care is a constant, a refuge that renews with every dawn. Let go of the guilt that holds you back and the fear of failing, because you're already in an unyielding embrace. This care is yours, a steady pulse beneath your days, that shapes you into the person you were always meant to be. You're not finished yet. You're unfolding, and I'm with you every step of the way in the tapestry of your life. During times when the strands of hardship weave a burden so heavy that it seems like your spirit might shatter beneath it, the horizon may grow dark with shadows that hide any promise of light, leaving you to question whether the dawn will ever come. However, in these moments I implore you to firmly believe that every hesitant step you take with bravery brings you closer to the invisible blessings I have carefully planned for you, even though the path may be hidden. Every effort you make is a thread in the greater pattern, and each obstacle is a stitch that fortifies the fabric of your resilience, leading you toward a clearing you may not yet perceive. When the terrain becomes jagged and unrelenting, let this assurance be the hand that steadies your trembling frame. You have a fortitude that surpasses even your deepest doubts, a resilience that holds firm when the load threatens to crush you. Every time you choose to look up, every time you persevere in the face of adversity, you transcend despair. I take pride in these acts of tenacity because I am transforming every hardship into a bridge or passage that will lead you to a greater purpose than you could ever imagine. Have the courage to dream. Continue wandering, my love. I'm always close but never intrusive. Refuge is within your reach. Do not let the whispers of uncertainty or the weight of disillusionment tether you to stillness. There are revelations yet to unfold, truths I long to impart, that will cradle your weary soul on the darkest days and rekindle the embers of your spirit when they flicker low. It grieves me to imagine you turning aside, for I am reaching out through these words, yearning for you to feel the depth of my devotion and the blueprint I have etched for your life. My voice has not fallen silent. I have more to say, more to show you. Step forward with me, and let this message unfurl the richness of your inherent value. When you stumble, I stand ready, not to judge the misstep, but to catch you, to restore your footing, and to lift you higher. Your flaws are not a ledger of shame. In my eyes, they are openings where my strength can pour in, mending the cracks with grace. True power often emerges from the tender places where you've dared to be unguarded. You hold within you a capacity for strength. Beyond your wildest reckonings, I see the full extent of your hesitations, not just your own efforts, but also the unwavering care that supports you, especially when you feel least worthy of it. Your weaknesses and burdens are not yours to bear alone. My care is your haven throughout this storm, a rock beneath your feet, and a source of support when life's storms batter you, my love. I have showered you with my grace, allowing it to spill over to others. Give this video to someone who needs a reminder of my endless love. I see every silent sacrifice, every unwavering decision to overcome, and every spark of growth you cultivate within yourself. Even when you feel like a faint whisper in the vastness of life, you have the ability to inspire hope in others, a gift of incalculable value. I see how you show kindness when your own well runs dry, how you support those around you even when your own heart hurts, and how you channel love. If you also want to help me in spreading God's message to the whole world, then please subscribe my channel. Amen.